Hello, welcome back to another episode. David's narrative of rarity starts with the building collapse, when he is often mistaken for a police officer. Even with the presence of other religions, no one anticipated a black priest. I hope that this subject is given further in-depth consideration. The history of David's Catholic upbringing is essential to his priesthood, but he has a unique perspective since he is the odd man out. His position as an assessor is ideal for that standing. Evil Season 3 Episode 4 is where Kristen first hinted at the third guy's season. That would undoubtedly be her first impression after learning about the survivors' interactions with a woman escorting them out while cradling a lamb. It irritates me to think that the church could wish to identify a particular angel as the cause of the visions. As the case developed, it became increasingly annoying and perfectly complemented Sister Andrea's situation. When it came time to interrogate the survivors, David, Kristen, and Ben all had extremely similar visions. One survivor, a black lady, saw a black angel. The other two saw white angels. This was the sole difference. That also resonated with David. Another phenomenon that started with the demon of the road was David's having images of angels that resembled pages from the Bible or Michelangelo artwork. What if David and Sister Andrea are both correct? Sometimes, even atheist scientists concur that we are here on purpose. They simply don't connect that design to God. But what if God created our brains to serve as his communication tool? Edna described the angel of warning as she saw her, and Michelangelo depicted faith as he saw it. Both of those could be correct. Why can't the angel of caution come to everyone with the same characteristics, but different specifics if she isn't a physical being? It seems natural that God would show himself to us since he thinks we must see him in order to believe. That could be the consoling feature of faith, if not religion.
Like an earthquake. And I knew to get in the doorway, but there was a lady there.
People without sharpened connections don't experience glimpses of God, Jesus, angels, or devils. But they do. The typical individual doesn't immediately recognize evil, but as you approach the inner circle, it becomes apparent that evil isn't appealing. David's condition was similar to Cheryl, although Cheryl's was physical. To those in the know, the manager is a five-eyed beast of a man, hooved, nude, hairy, and stinking. Everyone else compares him to a mix between Liam Neeson and Ted Danson. I can only hope that Cheryl would doubt her relationship with Leland and Macabre after viewing the manager, much as David has begun to doubt his religion due to the way he is processing images. I trust that everyone understood the aside about Ted Lasso. I don't know about you, but I find it far more enjoyable to watch Hannah Waddingham's Rebecca savor her cookies than to see the manager squirt bile upon theirs and merrily devour them straight from the box. All of this transpired while David appeared in Sister Andrea's tribunal defense, offering a different perspective on God, angels, and demons. I hope everyone saw my talk with Kurt Fuller on how the excellent doctor was included in this case, and others. At least we know he's no longer a non-believer, even if he isn't the best witness in Sister Andrea's case. That is a lot. Who among us can't be grateful to him for providing us with self-diagnoses that we could have overlooked? I believe I also meet the criteria since Sister Andrea exhibits oppositional defiant disorder and adult-onset conduct disorder characteristics. Sister Andrea saw in herself what Kurt testified to, and she stopped David from bringing up the demon problem. She didn't want her tribunal to harm Kurt. According to a priest who testified, it is not only heretical but also theological arrogance to watch a demon having a good time with a cardinal. The guy had never experienced his own vision, as shown by David's cross direct. As David pointed out when he said another tribunal priest was called to God when he observed Jesus wandering around a lake.
All my visions, every single one. I saw the angels as white, I see the devils as black.
It turns out that theological arrogance looks a lot like envy. If you won't use the same accusation against others, you can't accuse the sister of a theological offense. Of course, David raised the bar by telling the tribunal a lie. Who could blame him? Really, everything about it was a joke. The Monsignor became agitated at the thought of a black angel. Everyone permits the devil Leland to parade around the church as though he has been ordained. The hallways are actually covered in demons. The Monsignor promptly abandoned the case after learning that one of the 4 survivors was a liar working closely with Leland, arguing that it threw into question the entire situation. Leland will continue to be outplayed, but he won't quit, and the church doesn't seem to think he's the demon we know him to be. Regrettably, our assessors are under attack from all sides. The devil is always stalking Sister Andrea. Cheryl is making a conscious effort to get rid of Andy. The church confides in Leland. Something has to give with this group. concerning was the final exchange between David and Sister Andrea. All the discussions they have are all heard by that monster. However, what if Leland's prophecy that David shouldn't trust the sister is true? We've seen Sister Andrea get rid of him before. Sister Andrea might cause problems for David and the others, either via her own deeds or just by her following demon. I'm not sure whether we can trust Sister Andrea because the booping devil that was resting on top of her armoire was so scary. Then, Leland actually wants that. He urges everyone to be wary of one another since they pose a holy threat as a group. Thanks for watching. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.